Hey gang, well it is now time to give you guys the long-awaited sequel to Walking Around the Big Block. It's part 2 now, and what street are we on? We're on Mill and Barber. Okay, so that's pretty much Barber Road, so we're on Barber Road. Any of you guys out there want to sing Barbara Ann by the Beach Boys, be my guest. I'm not going to do it because I'm not a good singer. But yeah, so we're going to take a walk around the other half of the big block and show you guys what we have around here. And hope that's legal. And right here we have the Barber Road Apartments, where something happened there one night involving my buddy Zach. I'll have to tell you guys about sometime when I get the chance. And looks like that thing hasn't moved in years. And good Lord, looks like a lake out there. If that was a pool, they'd probably have it cleaned out. At least you would think. I don't think chlorine will help out that mess, but yeah, it's chlorine I think they used for pools to clean out all the moss and mess and stuff. Here we have some houses where everybody's pretty much just not too far away from your neighbor. And over here we got a barn and a... Oh my God, look at that tractor. How long do you think it's been since that sucker was used? Seriously. And right here, I think I know the guy who owns this house, but what really kind of gets to me is that the city gets on Mr. Lund's and my case about, you know, the carport and laundry room. The house pretty much looking like an eyesore, and I'm like, have you been up this way? What about all these vehicles? Come on, seriously. You're gonna sit there and tell me that this is not considered an eyesore. This is a junkyard, except it's somebody's front yard. Come on. And got some little doggies that wants to be on YouTube too. I'll get you guys too, don't worry about it. Okay, I got you guys. I think here's some more vehicles in the front yard. This is really screwed up. And right here, when I was working for the city, friendliest dogs would always come up to the gate. We'd always pet them and everything like that. Of course, that was years ago, so I don't think those dogs are around anymore. But who knows? Maybe they might have had offspring and area patrolled by dogs. I couldn't quite read the rest of that because it looked like it was in Spanish or something. I don't know. Anyway, and there's more vehicles, probably owned by that same guy who has all those junk cars in his front yard. And here's pretty much one huge open field. Probably have a rock concert out here. Probably hold about, what, 400 or 500 people. And coming up on a house that looks like it got a new paint job, so that's pretty cool. And we're going to be coming up on the corner of one house that was here for a long time that my buddy Tyler swore up and down was haunted. And that's right up here on the corner. And of course his house was right across the street from it. I'll show you his old house. This is where I first met Tyler. And he said the first time he saw me, he thought I was James Hetfield of Metallica. Bless his heart. That's one of the nicest compliments I've ever gotten in my life. You're like, wow, really? Thank you. Of course, I don't know if he meant James Hetfield long hair days or James Hetfield short hair days, but I had my long hair at the time, so I still do, of course. So just keep it in a ponytail because I don't like getting hair in my mouth. But yeah, right here at this corner, right here is where where Tyler swore up and down there was a haunted house at, and you know, him and several other people swear by it. And maybe one of these days, maybe if I can get Tyler to come down here from Paris, Arkansas, of course, maybe talk to him and maybe get him to tell a story about what happened around here. And of course, we have this great big field here that used to hold donkeys, horses, and I think llamas at one time too. So, yeah. And I believe right there, that's where the Sears family still lives at. I'm not sure how many members are still there. The father, though, was a crazy nut job. And, oh, natural AC coming through, thank you, God. And coming down this way here in a minute, we're going to get to some government apartments and a house where our family friend Jack and his wife used to live at. Jack, very, very laid-back dude. Had one of the coolest sons of all, who unfortunately died of leukemia years ago. But he's one of the nicest guys you ever wanted to meet in your life. His name was, I believe his name was James. And just one of the coolest, nicest guys you ever wanted to meet. We got a horse right there, if you guys can see that. I can't zoom in on this tablet, so you know. But yeah, here's more of the Sears property. And there's an old barn where many people say many disgusting things have happened. I'm not going to get into it. But yeah, here's our old family friend Jack's house. I don't know whatever happened to him, honestly. No idea. But here we got coming up here. Well, right here used to sit a house for a long, long time. Of course, they tore it down. A lot of houses along this road have been torn down. And there are some that for some reason are still sitting up, and yet they haven't been rented out for years. So, figure that out. But right around here, we got all these government apartments where lots of crazy things have happened at. My brother and I have had many friends who lived around these areas, and crazy, crazy stories around this place. And there's some big old concrete slab. Lots and lots of forest. Here's one house I'm really kind of surprised though that is still standing. But of course, apparently city rule is that if an old house is covered up by bushes and trees and things like that, they don't mess with them because it's not considered an eyesore and it's not being seen. So yeah, so this house right here has not been rented or anything in years, as you can tell, because well, look at all the shrubbery. So yeah. Anybody ever tells me in this town, you're like, yeah, that place is supposed to be haunted, I'm like, I might go check it out. Of course, I have to break the door down, but I don't think I'll do that. And down this old road right here, it was the house where, of course, I've recorded at a couple of times. Down that way, and there's another house I'm going to try and record from sometime that I stayed at briefly when I was first homeless. Crazy memories from there too. And there's a doggy. Hello, doggy. And I think somebody lives here. And hey, doggy, how's it going? And we're coming up on one last house. Looks like people still live here too. That's cool. And people, I guess, living here, although the truck looks like it hasn't moved in God knows how long. But you know, looks like some working vehicles right there. And now we come up upon the one last house on our little tour. That we pretty much started off with part one. And it's this house right here. And I've known a couple of people to live here, but again, it's another house that hasn't been lived in or anything like that. Honestly, I'm surprised the windows haven't been broken down or anything like that. But well, gang, I guess that's going to do it for this little part two of walking around the big block. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you like my videos, please feel free to subscribe. And hope you guys have an awesome day. I'm going to get back to the house, drink some water, and relax for a little while. So take care of yourselves. Try to be good. Try to be good yourself. Try to be good to others. And if you like my videos, please feel free to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Till then, as always, stay strong and rock on.